Hello, friends. This is Smita, and our today's session is cost center and cost category in Tally. What do you mean by cost center? What do you mean by cost category? How to use them? How to apply them in Tally? How to check the reports using these two features? Let's see. First of all, cost center and cost category is used by the organization for allocation of revenue and non-revenue expenses. As we know, there are two types of expenses, revenue and non-revenue. These expenses can be allocated using cost center and cost category. Or in other words, in simple words, we can say bifurcation of expenses can be done using cost center and cost category. The meaning of this can be understood with this example. Suppose advertisement expenses is made, and that advertisement expenses includes advertisement on for TV ad. Also it includes the advertisement paid for the newspaper ads, website ads, all these things. So advertisement expenses with distribution of different advertisement medium can be done, can be exactly allocated using cost center and cost category. It means we need to pass the entry advertisement expense account debit to bank. Here we will enter the whole amount paid for all types of advertisements mediums, and then in the second screen we will give the bifurcation of the expenses on different advertisement medium. It means for TV ads how much we have spent, for website ad how much we have spent. Like this we can give the bifurcation of total expenses of advertisement in the second screen, which is known as cost center and cost category. This is one example. Second example, we can have total telephone expenses with details of different phone numbers and their expenses. Means suppose we paid telephone expenses of rupees, so say 5,000 rupees, and in that we paid telephone expenses for mobile 1, mobile 2, mobile 3. There are 3 to 4 mobile numbers. So this 5,000 has, or it includes the expenditure of the different 4 mobile numbers. So each and every mobile number has its own expenses. So that allocation is possible using cost center. So let's do this, apply this in Tally. This is our Tally, our file, our company Royal Garments Private Limited is open, and now we are going to enter the cost centers and cost category transactions. See, the first question is paid advertisement expense of rupees 1 lakh. This advertisement expense of rupees 1 lakh contributes to TV ad 25,000, newspaper ad total 20,000, which has sub bifurcation of Times of India 8,000, Indian Express 7,000, and Daily Hunt 5,000. Apart from these three, we have website ad of rupees 55,000. So we need to pass the entry. Generally, we will pass the entry as advertisement expense account debit 1 lakh to bank account 1 lakh. But as we need to give the details of all the expenses, all these are the cost centers. We will create them as a cost center, and then we will enter the transaction. So how to how to do this cost center features, how to apply these cost center features? The steps are enable cost center feature. First step is enable cost center feature. So open your Tally. Suppose I am using these things. Advertisement expense. The first step is enable cost center feature in Tally using F11. So open your Tally. To enable cost center feature, we have to open F11. So from your keyboard, press F11, and here we have the cost center feature. We need to enable this. So enable, yes, and rest of the things as it is. Just press Ctrl A from your keyboard, which is a shortcut to save everything. Okay, the next step is create cost category. Now we need to create cost category. How to create? Go to create option, enter, and here find out the cost category. As we have only cost center in the list, we don't have the cost category in the list. It means we don't have that cost category option at present. We need to use it for the first time. For this, just start typing cost category from your keyboard, and you will find that option listed in the screen, listed on the screen. Just select the option, press enter, and it will take permission to create new cost category. It will ask, do you want to alter primary cost category or create new cost category? Yes, I want to create new cost category. Well, what will be our cost category? Cost category will be our advertisement expense will be our category. This we will create. So this is cost category creation screen. Name, here we need to enter the name of our cost category. I will write advertisement expenses as our cost category. As we just discussed that cost center and cost categories are used to allocate revenue and non-revenue both type of items. So we will enable both the questions, revenue as well as non-revenue items. Yes, enter. Now press escape to come out from this window. Escape. Our next part is creating cost centers. So how to create cost center and where to create cost center, that we will learn. So next part is cost center creation. How to create? Gateway of Tally, create cost center. Now first it asks for the category. We have already created the category. So to list out the category, press spacebar from your keyboard, and to the right hand side you will find the list of categories. We have already created advertisement expense as a category. Select it. Now what will be the cost center? So in our example, we have TV ad, newspaper ad, website ad. These are the cost centers we need to create in Tally. So TV ad, I will show in Excel also. What will be the cost centers? TV ad, newspaper ad, and web ad. Okay, these three cost centers we will create. But in this newspaper ad, we need to create sub cost centers as Times of India, then Indian Express, and Daily Hunt. So these three will be our sub cost centers. So let's start creating the cost center. First, we will create TV ad. So in advertisement expense category, we will create cost center named as TV ad. Enter, enter, enter. Then again, we are in the cost center creation screen under cost category. advertisement expense, we will create another cost center, newspaper ad. So I'm typing newspaper ad as a cost center. It is a primary main cost center. Now, in newspaper ad, we need to create these three sub cost centers. So I will create Times of India under newspaper. So again, in the cost create center creation screen, category will be advertisement expenses, name will be Times of India, and here press space bar, and this is the sub cost center of newspaper. So I will select newspaper. Next, again, uh, Indian Express will be our sub cost center of newspaper ad, and Daily Hunt will be the sub cost center of again newspaper ad. Next is website ad. So web ad will be the main primary cost center. This is how we have created the three and sub three cost centers. Now the next step. What is our next step? Next step is create expense ledger, and in that enable cost center. So press escape key, go to create option, ledger. Now which ledger we will create? We will create ledger of advertisement expense account, and here we will enable cost center part. So this is ledger creation screen, and see here we find the cost center are applicable. This question appears in the ledger creation or ledger alteration scheme. If you do not find this question, what you have to do? You have to configure this ledger. How to configure? Press F12 from your keyboard, or type just press this F12 configuration button, and in that you will find apply cost center for ledgers. This question needs to be enabled. If you will not enable this question, this cost center question will not get reflected in ledger creation screen. So be sure that this configuration is done properly. Control A. So I'm creating advertisement expense account as a ledger. Sorry. Create ledger advertisement expense account, and this is our indirect expense, so it will come under indirect expense group. And make sure that you enable this question, cost center are applicable. Yes, I'm keeping it. Yes, rest of the thing as it is. Enter, escape. Now the next part is pass the entry. Now we will pass the entry. So entry, how to pass, where to pass? In voucher and by using payment voucher. So payment voucher, date, suppose the date of the entry is in the month of May. So I will press F2 from my keyboard, and it is on 1st of May 2023. Entry is advertisement expense account debit 1 lakh rupees. Now, after entering the amount, it will go to second window. A new window will appear where it asks for cost category. Again, press spacebar for the list. What is our category? Cost category is advertisement expense. Again, press spacebar. Now we have all these are the cost centers which we have created in advertisement expense category. So one by one we will select the cost center, and there its amount we will write in the amount column. So first is TV ad. Just check out what is the amount of TV ad. TV ad we spent. For TV ad we have spent 25,000. So I'm entering 25,000. Next, newspaper ad 20,000. But as we have created sub cost centers, we will directly enter these three with their amount. So Times of India 8,000. Times of India 8,000. Indian Express, it is 7,000. Daily Hunt, it is 5,000. Yes, 5,000. And website ad, it is 55,000. So once you enter the whole 1 lakh rupees, it will close this window and we will on the voucher creation screen. Credit will go to bank account. Suppose we paid this amount through Axis Bank. Enter. As we have selected the bank ledger, again it will ask for the bank allocation, where you need to enter the instrument number, that is check number, that we have given to the party for advertisement expenses. So check number is dated so and so. Enter. And in the narration part we will give the reason, narration being advertisement expense paid, and press enter key. Just go to daybook to check the voucher. Daybook advertisement expenses. See, total advertisement expenses are of 1 lakh, out of which we paid TV ad 25,000. For newspaper ad we paid 20,000 in total, and for web ad we paid 55,000. So this is how cost centers are used for allocating the same nature of expense. The nature of expense is advertisement, but in that we have given the bifurcation for what type of medium, advertisement medium we paid the money. So this is how we can use the cost center and cost category feature in Tally. Next part. Next part is payment of, next question is, next example is, we have paid mobile bill of rupees 3,500 against following numbers. So again, the steps needs to be followed are: create cost category. I will erase this. First is enable cost center, that we have already done. Now create cost category will be mobile expenses, will be your cost category. Mobile cost centers will be all the phone numbers. So I will enter the phone numbers 1, 2, 3, and cost. We need to create the ledger as mobile expense account. So these are the three things we need to create. So one by one we will create cost center, cost category, and ledger creation. Cost category will be mobile expense. How to create cost category? Go to create, select cost category. Cost category is mobile or telephone expense. Enable both revenue as well as non-revenue items. Escape. Come to main window, gateway of Tally. Again go to create. Cost centers we will create. Press backspace to select another category, that is mobile expense. Now we will enter all the mobile numbers that we have: 98882222010203. So we will create all these three mobile numbers: 9888222201. This is primary cost category. 9888222202 and 9888222203. So these three cost centers we have created. Escape. If you want to check all the cost centers and cost categories, what we have to do, go to alter. If you want to check or alter cost category, select cost category option. If you want to check cost centers, go to cost centers. These are the three cost centers under mobile expense category, and these are the advertisement expense cost centers. So just enter, and if you want to make changes, you can change it and Control A for accepting the changes. Okay. So we have created cost category. Then we have created three cost centers as phone numbers. Now next part is creating ledger. Mobile expense account will be our ledger that we will create. Go to create ledger mobile expense account. Again, it is indirect expense, and keep in mind this cost center are applicable. This question needs to be enabled. Put EY for yes and control A. Escape. Now the next step is passing the entry. So where to pass the entry? Go to voucher. As we are paying the money, we will select F5 as a payment voucher. Change the date. Suppose it is on the 2nd May, we paid that amount. 2nd May. Enter. Select the ledger. Debit part will be mobile account debit, mobile expenses account debit. I will type mobile expense. I have this ledger. How much we have spent? 3,500. 3,500 total expenses. Second screen will appear. Here we need to give the cost category, space bar, select mobile expense as a cost category, again space bar, and select every cost center and put their amount. So first number, total amount 1,500. For second mobile number, the amount was 750, and for the third mobile number, it was 1250. So total 3,500 is the mobile expense that we paid through, suppose we paid through cash. So being mobile expense paid. This is how we can enter the transaction using cost centers and cost categories. So total expenses are also available. Along with that, we have the bifurcation of all the cost centers. Enter. Next. Now, after entering the vouchers, we need to check the report. How to check the report? Go to Gateway of Tally, display more reports, statement of accounts, cost center, category summary. Escape. We are on the Gateway of Tally. Now here we need to select, click on display more reports, statement of accounts, enter, cost center. Now we have these four types of reports available. One by one, we will go through all the reports. First is category summary, enter. See, we have advertisement expense as a category and mobile expense as a category. So it is giving the cost center report according to category. So category advertisement, total we paid 1 lakh, and out of which newspaper ad was 20,000, TV ad was of 25,000, web ad was of 55,000. If you just scroll down and enter this newspaper ad, we will find the bifurcation of that particular cost center also. So this is how we can check the report category wise. Next is cost center breakup. If you want to check the report in this way, it will ask which cost center you need to check. Suppose I want to check, go for this phone number. Just enter. It will give the type of expenses, whether it is indirect expense, direct expense, and it will give the monthly summary. Press escape. Ledger breakup, those ledgers we have used for cost center, advertisement expense, enter, it will give the bifurcation according to its cost centers. And group breakup. Group in the sense we have indirect expenses as advertisement and mobile, so it is giving the group wise cost center breakup. Next part is predefined cost center. As of just now, we have seen how to create cost center, cost category, and how to enter them. But there are the possibilities that expenses are always predefined. In that case, predefined cost center facility or feature is used. Predefined cost center feature is used for the expenses those have fixed percentage of total amount to be allocated to different cost of centers. Example, see, company has godowns, different godowns, and rent amount should always be allocated as in this way. As we have three godowns, godown 1, always the total rent, out of total rent, the godown 1 should be of 35%. Godown 2's rent will be 25% and godown 3 will be 45%. So the question is, rent for the month of May is 25,000. So this 25,000 includes rent for all the three godowns, and this should be distributed as per the percentage given. So this is known as the predefined cost center entry. So how to do this? How to pass predefined cost center entry? The step is, first step is enable the cost center feature, which we have already did. Okay. Okay. Now the next is, we will go through the same steps. Enable cost center. Yes, did. Yes. Next is cost category. What will be our cost category? It will be go down, rent will be our cost category. Cost centers will be all the go downs. Go down 1, go down 2, go down 3 will be cost center, and go down, what will be the ledger? Go down, rent, account. So these three steps we will follow. First we will create cost category. So go to create cost category, go down, rent, and allocate revenue and non-revenue items for this. Yes, press escape key. Now create cost centers, press backspace, press spacebar, select go down rent as a category. Now go down 1 will be your first cost center in go down rent. Go down 2 will be the second cost center, and go down 3, enter, accept. So this, in this way we have created 3 cost centers. Next is go down rent as a ledger. So creation, in we are already in the creation screen. Select ledger option, go down, rent, account, enter. Just a minute. Create, ledger, go down rent, account, enter. As it is a go down rent, it will be our direct expense, and cost center needs to be enabled. Yes. So primary steps be completed with the primary steps. The next is important is press F11, open your features, there press Ctrl I and create cost center class. So open your tally, press escape, open feature screen. So F11 from the keyboard, feature screen is open. Now press Ctrl I, or you can press this more details button. The shortcut key is I with double underline, means Control plus I. Here select this cost center class, enter, and give the name to your cost center class. So extra step we need to create is cost center class, and again the same name we will give to the cost center class, go down rent as a class, enter. So here we are in cost center class, go down rent will be the class name, enter, then it will ask for the category. Categories go down rent, and cost centers are go down rent 1, go down 1, and let me check percentage. For first go down, we have 35% allocation, 35%. Go down 2, it is 25%, and go down 3, it is 40%. In this way, we have given pre-allocation for all the go downs. Enter, Control A for accept. Now, next is voucher entry. Okay, as we have created a cost center class, while making or entering the voucher, we need to select the cost center class first. So date, change the date if required. Now here cost center class. Cost center class, if this option doesn't appear on your screen or on your voucher creation screen, in that case, what you have to do here at in this voucher creation or alteration screen, press F12 from your keyboard or press this configuration button and just enable this. Keep this question yes. Show cost center details yes. Along with this, we need to enable this also, cost center class and cost center cost cost center list also. So we need to enable these two plus this question, cost center details yes. Now here press spacebar, select our cost center class. What is our cost center class? It is go down rent. Now we will pass the entry. Debit will go to go down rent. Amount of rent was 25,000. As we have predefined the class, we do not require to give the bifurcation for every entry for this type of predefined cost center. Just we need to give credit part. Suppose we paid 3, this to bank, enter, give the details of the instrument number and narration being go down, rent, paid, enter, enter. Just scroll up or page up or go to daybook to check this entry. As we have selected cost center class as a go down rent, and we just enter go down rent account debit to bank account 25,000. After passing the entry, it gets converted into the proper allocation of the amount. So 25,000 is allocated as per the pre-allocation, predefined cost center allocation. Go down 1, it is 35% of 25,000. This is 25% and this is rest of the amount. So this is how predefined cost centers can be used in Tally. Again, if you want to check the reports, go to display more reports, statement of accounts, cost center, category summary. Here we have 3 categories: advertisement expense, go down rent, and mobile expenses. You can press enter, enter, enter so that you can check the entry level. So this is how cost center and cost categories are used, and they are of immense importance. They are useful for organization for allocation of revenue and non-revenue expenses, where we can give the proper bifurcation of the same nature of expenses. So practice this cost center and cost category, and thank you for this today's session. Thank you.